I don't need anybody to teach me Jewish history. You know why? Because the Jews don't even teach it like that. Adam and Eve is not taught to their children or teens. Why? No confusion. But the Pope, they want to teach Adam and Eve to children and warn them that the apple is the forbidden fruit to confuse them. Just like the Muslims. You know why your women are supposed to be subservient? Do you think all of your men are superior? Nah. A few of y'all got some strong men. Habib Nurmagomedov. I'm working on it. That dude is not only strong physically, he's strong spiritually. And on top of that, he doesn't shove it down your throat. He's human. I was just recently seeing one of his posts. I admire that. I admire people who are disciplined and come together and share a likeness in knowledge and wisdom and in faith. We all worship the same God. We just call it a different name. You say Allah, they say God, I say buddy. My own personal name with divine is buddy. I call God, whenever I need God's grace, God's guidance, I look to the heavens and I'm like, buddy, I need you. And I will find my own sign in nature as God would have intended. But all of you are so stuck in the ancient and old ways that you're still using the 10 Commandments that are written in stone like it's uncorruptible. Because the greatest trick Julius Caesar ever did was corrupt history. Those idols of March, Brutus got the brunt of it. And Julius Caesar, JC, was supposed to be the new Christ, Messiah, what they want you to worship. Mexico, what happened to you? Why are you speaking Spanish but bearing an Italian flag? Oh, you didn't listen to the Queen, did you? Nope, you let the conquistadors come in. You let them in. And the Italians came dressed just like them. Because remember, the Queen of Spain hired a whole bunch of Italians. Amerigo Vespucci, look at his name. Christopher Columbus, the same. But not Michael Nostradame. He's Jewish. And he took those quatrains and tossed them in the air because he didn't want to leave a straight path for Rome to take. I call your magic by a different name. Alchemy is science. So are your fake plagues. To see what the palm reads. Oh, that could mean anything. When I was a kid, you know what I used to do with this? I used to draw a circle in the middle and act like it was an assault rifle. Playing with my friend, my little brother, who was at that time was my best friend. We were the poorest kids. A single mother of 4 working at any job that she could get. Too bad she's stupid. She wouldn't have let a man separate all of them. Let's see, wrap it up in 8 minutes. This was supposed to be a rant about me, but it was a rant about everything. But I stand on the shoulders of giants. So I can't help but talk about them, all of it. Two wars my family didn't fight in. Korea, Vietnam. Google Kelsey, Fred, and tell me how many wars they were in. Anything else I got left? Be honest with yourself. Because when you choose the path of illogical lying, you have to bury all of that broken untruth. You have to juggle that and try to keep your identity of who is who. I've done everything I've ever wanted. Anything I've ever wanted. Minus a few things. I performed in front of hundreds of people and was embraced without knowledge or wisdom of who I was. They saw me for the baby face, even though I had a very stern demeanor. And they cheered. And I loved it. And I performed my butt off. And I won. But I'm talking about backyard wrestling that got out of the backyard and into the YMCA. And the reason why that backyard federation faded, everybody wanted money. Our promoter brought the ring, brought it to the location, put us on TV, and everybody wanted to squeeze out some cheese. Except me. I was happy with food eating contests and bags of oranges as winnings. Like I said, we're the poorest kids. And that's how we lived. Cereal and water. Add a little sugar in it. We didn't even have enough for Kool-Aid. Sugar water was practically the same. And I didn't want to waste all that food coloring. It didn't really flavor anything for me. So I'm like, I might as well just drink sugar water. You put it in the refrigerator and then you got tea. If you heat it up, you got if you put it in the freezer, you got iced tea. If you heat it up, then you got regular tea. Well, you put it in the microwave, I mean. I'm an 80s baby who grew up on American TV. Pick a subject and see if I don't know what you mean. That's why I love this country. Even if they're always asking for something. But what I don't get, why do we keep electing crooked politicians? When are we going to let Governor Arnold back in? And yeah, the second coming, that's me. I bear the mark. I bear the trials, tribulations. Ask about me. But the last thing I need to do for you to believe is tell you that God is real. Believe me. I'd rather give you the tools to find out for yourself and see. Then why do you need me? Because of prophecy. The words that I speak, how much power, the relevance, everything. Everything that I've ever loved comes together in the end. like Korn and Baby Metal. Back in 2017. I didn't get to see because I was sitting out there protesting a library of homosexuality. What kind of library has a backdoor bookstore when it's on the side, clearly? Glendale Central Library. That's the reason why they drilled my teeth. And then after that, it took about, 6 weeks? They didn't even call me to put the crowns in once I got them fixed. No, they just sent somebody to throw a punch instead. And because I'm homeless, I had to let them hit me in the head so I can retaliate again and again and again. This rant has taken its toll, but I'll see if I can do more. Be more focused with my words. Have an objective, an agenda, other than a rant. Redefine podcast so it's anything but that. As you're going to be spending time with me. You want to listen to what I'm saying. You want to hear the insanity. Man, he's crazy. Why? Because science is a real thing. And all of the doctrines you believe are watered down and washed and stolen and changed throughout history. Because if you want to go to a Masonic person, you got to go so far east, don't you know? You leave the shore. Shinto. And forgive some of the lore. They don't just offer her chicken. They make her breakfast. And her smile can part the heavens. On a cloudy day, I can. And in case of nuclear winter, I am. So before we let a civil war consume us, depending on the race, understand that homosexuals, they don't care about a thing. They won't fight. They'll step to the side, let everybody die, and come in, plant their gay flag, and say, we win. If you think about it, that's straight up espionage, kids. Who are the boy lovers but the Romans? The Africans created slavery. Look at the pyramids and see. But they did it for assimilation, so eventually they can alter genetic genes. Redundancy. Trying to make it FIT. Romans did it for property. Human being. But what about the Chinese? That's what you call community. Don't you watch the movies? Here's one more thing before I leave. You know why the Vikings were so crazy? Catholicism and so-called Christianity. Because like all aspects of the world, all different POVs, they believed in a natural serenity. We are all nature's beings. Until a repression of Catholic death and feeding them to the lions. Romans. That's where all the intelligent went. And here's one last opinion. I know I talk a lot. Africa is not the cradle of life, the start of civilization. That's just where everything can be found because they buried their dead. Anywhere there's simian, or marsupial, like the Aborigines. Horses were brought to America, just like most monkeys. We were supposed to spill out here and crossbreed. That's what the ice bridge was until we came across and we forgot that totem poles also happen in the East. And the oldest form of food that we have found, seaweed. Just ask the Japanese. That's a rant about everything, not just me. Anything else? Corn! That's an hour 5. All right, I'll save the rest for another time. In depth.